Alright, Josh, let's get started today. So, we're going to spend about an hour together, and I'll be asking you a lot of questions, but I'm just trying to get to know you and understand who you are as a person so that I can figure out how to best help you. Some of the questions you may not have answers to, and that's okay, but I hope that if you're willing to be honest with me about the things we talk about, we can get somewhere. Just from the small amount of information I have, it looks like you're here to discuss some issues you're having with your wife. Am I right?
Yeah, that's mostly why I'm here. She suggested that I talk to a counselor to work on myself so that I can work on our marriage.
Okay, I understand. So tell me, what are you hoping to get out of working with me?
Well, I guess I haven't really thought about it. Mainly just ways I can control my temper so that my wife and I will have a better relationship. I just want to learn a new way of doing things because my current ways are obviously not working.
Okay, so I heard you mention that you're having a hard time controlling your temper and that it's having a negative effect on your marriage. Is that right?
Yeah, among other things, though.
Can you tell me about you and your wife's relationship, how you met, and how you are now?
Well, we've been married for almost 5 years. We met in high school and we've been together ever since. We moved to Louisville from Cleveland almost a year ago, and it's been hard. We've been trying to have a baby but are having some difficulties, and since the move, we've mostly been focused on the new house and trying to get comfortable at work. Her job is fairly easy, though, I have to say, and she has a hard time understanding why I'm so exhausted. We usually get along fine, but lately we've been having terrible fights.
Okay, well, so what are your fights usually like?
Well, I'm a yeller and she's a crier, like most women, I assume. She always says, "You hurt my feelings," and tries to guilt me into apologizing. But the thing is, if I don't think I'm wrong, I don't want to apologize, just so she will win and feel better.
Are there some reoccurring themes behind your fights?
Yeah, it's usually because she thinks I don't pay her enough attention and that I don't try to make this relationship work. I think she just needs more attention than I'm able to give right now. I need some separation and she doesn't understand that.
Okay, well, so what I'm hearing you say is that you often fight because your wife is feeling like you're not interested in the relationship the same way you once were, and that you're getting frustrated with her because she tries to guilt you into feeling bad?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, do you think you have become less interested in the relationship?
Well, it's not like I'm interested in other women. I'm a faithful and honest husband.
No, you're right. I can definitely see that you're a good husband. You've chosen to start counseling because you want your marriage to work. That's not a behavior of a man who's interested in relationships with other women.
I'm just so tired of her nagging me all the time. It's hard to be interested in someone when you feel like they're constantly down your neck about something. This whole move has been really hard for me at work, and she just doesn't seem to understand that at all.
Yeah, I can imagine that moving, a new job, new surroundings, that would definitely be stressful. You seem to be frustrated with your wife for not understanding your current stress level. Maybe that's what's causing all the tension in your relationship.
Well, I definitely think that it's not helping our relationship. I just get so bothered by her asking me to always think about her when I need me time too.
Okay, well, have you explained your perspective to your wife?
More or less, yeah. I tell her that I'm stressed out, but she tells me that I need to stop being selfish. Which I'm probably a little selfish, but I think I deserve it. She gets mad about everything, though, so I separate myself. I can't watch the game, play video games, or read articles in peace without her wanting attention or getting upset about it.
Okay, I can understand needing some alone time to regroup after a lot of stress. Um, so I remember you mentioning that you were concerned about your temper during these fights. Can you explain how that comes into play?
Well, I sort of go off after a while of nagging or complaining, and I'll say hurtful things. I know that it's not okay, and I always try to apologize later, but I also know that only goes so far. But I just get so worked up when she makes comments about me not trying hard enough because everything I do is for the future of our family. I don't want to work long hours and worry about savings plans, but I do that stuff for us. So it's annoying when she yells at me for not showing her enough attention. I just want some time to be alone and relax.
Yeah, so I'm hearing you say that you need some alone time and she feels neglected during this time. So, and then you'll sort of snap. But what are some of the things that you try during fights to control your temper?
I'm not usually a mean person, that's the thing. It's just been building up, so by the time that it comes out hateful, I guess. I usually try to just walk away to avoid getting mad altogether, but that makes her more mad.
Yeah, walking away is a good way to avoid getting mad, so I can understand why you choose this strategy. What that tells me is that you've been able to pinpoint that time when you're starting to get too angry.
Yeah, I can normally tell when it's time to walk away.
Okay, so tell me about the times when you can't walk away.
I just get more and more mad as she complains or cries because she just doesn't understand where I'm coming from. I'm not a bad guy. I don't think I'm abusive towards her or something. If that's what you're going to ask, you're wrong. I can just be a prick sometimes and say mean things. I don't like that I do that.
No, Josh, I'm not saying that you're abusive. You've identified the problem you're having is your temper. I have to talk about it specifically so that we can come up with ways you or strategies that you can use when you're in a situation that you feel your temper taking over. I think you're ahead of the issue if you can identify that there's a problem and when it's starting to take over. You've said that you're aware that the behavior is not okay and that you do apologize later. However, remorse is a powerful feeling that we want to avoid as well.
Yeah, I definitely feel like a jerk sometimes. I don't have a problem admitting when I'm wrong, that's for sure.
That's also a good thing. You are taking steps in the right direction by becoming aware of your actions. So can you think of some other things that you can do when you're mad?
I don't know, that's the thing. It's almost like I snap, but I can feel it coming on. It's hard to explain.
Okay, yeah, anger is a tough emotion to explain because it's so intense. So I can definitely understand. Something that can be helpful in stressful situations is to take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Do you think that's something that would work for you?
I definitely think that it would help me calm down because I will focus on something else.
That's a good way to look at it. So after today, why don't you try to think of ways that you calm yourself down in other situations? I mean, in all different kinds of situations, you have to do something not to snap on people on a regular basis. So try to identify those things, and next week we can talk about them and how they might be helpful to you in your relationship.
Okay, that makes sense. I will try to be aware of those times because I definitely have to do something with the clients at work.